So in this video, we're going to look at signed fraction, addition, and subtraction. So this is going to put together a couple topics that we've already seen, and one is addition or subtraction of fractions, and the other is dealing with positive and negative numbers. So nothing's really new, we're just putting two old concepts together. So for example, if we look at negative 7/8 plus 1/2. So the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else is I need to make a common denominator. So remember, to add two fractions, the bottoms of the two fractions have to be the same. And if you notice, this is 8. I can multiply 2 by 4 and I'd be able to get 8. So if I think about that, if I multiply the bottom of the second fraction by 4, that's going to give me 8 on the bottom there. But whatever I do to the bottom of a fraction, I also have to do to the top of the fraction. So really, we're going to be adding negative 7/8 plus 4/8. Okay, now, just like we did before, if we notice, one is negative, one is positive. So we're going to think about looking at them without their positive or negatives. So 7/8 and 4/8. 7/8 is the bigger number. So we're going to do 7/8 minus 4/8 since they were different signs. And then remember, the way that you subtract fractions is you just subtract across the top. So 7 minus 4 is 3. 3 divided by 8. And then 7/8 was the bigger number. 7/8 was negative to begin with. So my final answer is going to be negative 3/8. And just like I stated before, your calculator can do fractions. I wouldn't personally do these by hand. I would stick them in a calculator. But in case you want to do them by hand, I wanted to show you. And I'm going to do another example too. So let's try another one. Let's say we were doing negative 7/9 minus 2/3. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that the denominators are the same. So here the denominator is 9, here the denominator is 3. So I'm going to multiply this one by 3 so I can make it into a 9. So times 3 on the bottom. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So my problem now becomes negative 7/9 minus 6/9. Remember, subtraction here is just adding the opposite. So this is going to become negative 7/9 plus the 6/9 here was a positive number, so now it's going to become a negative number. So negative 7/9 plus negative 6/9. If we notice, they're both negative. So we're going to take 7/9 and we're going to add to it 6/9. So 7/9 plus 6/9 would be 13/9. And then 7/9 was the bigger number. 7/9 was negative. So my final answer is going to be negative 13/9. And I know 13/9 is an improper fraction, but that's okay. We're just going to leave our answer as that improper fraction, that negative 13/9.